Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I just wanted to uh, tell you a true story and relates to how what comes around goes around. So, in my mess, this was probably 15 years ago, possibly even 20. I was going to rip somebody off, and I normally never did that. As far as like taking somebody's money, that wasn't my thing. Now we all addicts do it in all kinds of crazy ways, but this particular time I met up with somebody, and I said, "Hey, I know where something's at, some Mary Jane, and you give me $25. I will go help you out." So I took the money and never went back. And this takes place in Virginia. I lived there for many years, right on the border of Tennessee. And so, some time goes by. I end up getting on probation and had to out of Tennessee. I got in trouble over there, some minor thing, and they put me on probation there, but I still lived in Virginia. But I had to go there and take a urine test like once a month. And like with Mary Jane, like it stays in your system a while. So I failed a drug test, and they ended up giving me 30 days in jail in Tennessee. So I end up going to jail, turning myself in, and sitting there, and lo and behold, this guy comes up to me. Now he's never met me. He don't know anything about anything, but we hit it off, and we play cards in there. I share some of my snacks with him or what have you. And it's so odd. And I get out first, and then I guess he got out some short time after. It could have been a week, 2 weeks. It was some time went by after I got out, and I get a phone call one evening, and he's like, "What's up, man? Remember me, so and so? We was in jail together." And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man? Wow." And he goes, because I gave him my number in there. And so he calls me, and we go hang out. Go back in the woods and party, and then we come back to my house like a day later, stayed out in the tent, and another guy, and just partying, stupid stuff. And he says, I come across some money while I'm at home, and he's like, "Hey man, I can get you some smoke." So I end up going with him because somebody else showed up with a ride. End up going with him, and it was like $80, and I give it to him, and sitting there, and I'm like, this guy ain't coming back. And what's strange, it was like a couple football fields down from where I took that other person's money. And I'm like, this is so strange. And remember, in jail, he didn't know who I was. He'd never heard of me. Like, I'm not some big named person. Like, and I don't think, but let me finish though. Let me finish. So, he don't come back with the money. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Come on. So, some time goes by, and the person that I ripped off calls me, and they're like, "Hey, you remember the so-and-so that took your money? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, that's my uncle. I'm like, what? That's crazy. Now, the relationship was fractured, definitely after that, but like, I was like, what? And so to this day, all I can make of it is either one, he had called that person in jail and said he was hanging out with a person named Quentin, but I doubt that. Like, I seriously doubt that. And he was in jail before I got there. And I just seriously doubt. He's like, hey, I'm hanging with it. And that person's like, oh, I know him too. I doubt that. That's very unlikely. I just think, and plus, like I said, I'm no big named person, and like, I hung out with him for like 2 days. The guy that took my money, I hung out for like 2 days, and he never said, hey, I know so and so, or do you know so and so? Like, never let on that he was the uncle of the person I ripped off. So there you have it. What comes around, or what goes around, will come around. And that's just impossible in my mind. Because this happened in Virginia, 30 minutes down the road in another state. He's sitting in that jail. I go in, it's the same cell. And he knows the person I ripped off. So what I think too, when he got out, where he's the uncle of that person that I ripped off, she had mentioned, he had to mention my name, but what? Or, yeah, but why would he do that? Why would he mention, like, totally don't know me? That's like going to jail with somebody and be like, yeah, man, I'm hanging out with this Chris guy when there's a bunch of people in there. Like, people don't do that. I mean, they do, but like just the odds. And or when I was hanging out with him in the woods, and like, he probably maybe went, because he did periodically go down to this trailer, unless he mentioned my name through there or something. But the odds of that are crazy. It's a crazy story. I just want to let anybody know out there that when we do things that are not good, it will sometimes come back and bite you in the butt. But that's all I have for today. Y'all guys stay blessed. We'll see you again in the next one. Take care.